Oh, I
Yes.
definitely am. And I think there's a reason for that is because my parents were just forced us to eat things that I didn't want to eat when I was a kid. And when I finally turned 18, I'm like, I'm never eating this crap again.
Dude, my wife made crab cakes the other night. So good. My brother-in-law was in Miami fishing Saturday night with his friend. Caught a bunch of snapper. And he flew back Sunday morning and brought it with him. He had like 17 of them. And
Ooh,
so
I
he got
wouldn't
a
want to be
bunch of
sitting
that.
on the plane with that
Oh,
guy.
my
No, you put on ice.
gosh.
You don't just put a fish like.
Yeah.
So does that mean it goes
stinky.
So I had
under the
I had
plane?
fish on the. No, he had carry on. Ice chest, whatever.
Hold up.
Shut up.
He's
Wait.
got a carry-on bag
I
with
assumed
dead
it was
fish.
underneath.
No,
But wait. You can't get that through TSA. Like, there's only so much liquid you can get through.
it's a fish.
Yeah, but
if it's
you
on
take out the
ice,
17 fish.
but if it's on ice, that's
That's why he
liquid.
did it. He had it. All of a sudden,
Maybe
that
that's
night
why
I
you're
had-
sick
so
right
I had-
now.
I was sick before.
Or
that
maybe
when I came
ice
back.
Oh my
packs.
gosh!
I don't know how he did it, but all I know is I had like
We need an update.
I
fish
wanna
from
ask
the Atlantic.
That sounds
Less than 24 hours
delicious.
on my plate.
Was it good?
Oh hell yeah, it was so
I'm
good.
so jealous.
Wow.
I just don't know how to cook fish. I'm one of those wimps. Like I don't know.
I'll
how
teach
to,
you how to do cedar plank salmon.
Don't let her teach you.
What did you do there? You
In
put,
case people don't know Sam's story, she put a cedar plank in a frying pan.
oh, that was.
I was apartment living, and I thought it would be okay.
Let's.
Good
We
God.
have people
It's
lined
not.
up.
Okay.
The wood
The
caught on
topic
fire.
today is what cheap food would you still eat, no matter how rich you got?
Can we please go to Stacy?
Let's go to Stacy first.
I can't with you, Stacy.
All right,
Stacey,
Stacy.
you're a millionaire. You want lots of money.
I can't.
What are you
gonna
never
eat?
giving up, Stacy?
It's going to be mini raviolis.
Yeah, but from where? Like, where are you getting these mini raviolis?
Like Chef Boyardee?
Out of a can from
Stacy!
Oh,
Gross.
I'm like, they're the best things ever.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. I gave that up when I was like 18.
they are better. They're better than SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs smell
SpaghettiOs
like
are
barf.
worse. They smell
It's
like
the
mom.
same thing. I
Man,
think
y'all are
it's.
wrong. No, it's always going to be.
I would love to see that. You are like a millionaire. You got like 50 million in the bank.
Yeah, you're just going to get your
And
can
I'm
opener.
going to eat Lunchables, too. I want my ham and Swiss Lunchables.
The Lunchable
Expand
I
your
can
palate.
do. The canned ravioli, that's where.
Oh, man. That's like Dinty Moore beef
about that.
stew.
That's not. That's a whole
That
different
meat
level.
is sitting in that can
Oh,
for
come on.
months.
Like, y'all really do not eat, like, cream of chicken soup out of a can, Campbell's.
Like
with
if
a
I'm
piece of bread
sick,
and
if I'm
another
sick,
chip.
I'll eat that stuff.
You mean chicken noodle soup, not cream of.
No,
No,
cream
no,
of chicken
no.
too.
Cream
No,
of-
they have cream of
cream of
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
I thought that was just
Cream of chicken.
I
didn't
just
know you
cook
ate
with
that.
that.
Yeah,
I
just
didn't think
cook
you
it.
ate with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mix
ate
it-
With that, yes, you
Ew.
can. That's what it's
You
made
ate
for.
that?
You eat that outright.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Ugh.
like a creamy soup.
I did not know that was
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
thing.
it's good,
I
but
thought you pour that on chicken or something.
Yeah,
then.
you pour it in your like green bean casserole.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know, but when you're sick, you want cream of chicken soup.
yeah.
I mean, I eat soup when I'm sick. That's the only time I eat it.
Oh,
I
Stacy.
have never heard that.
Y'all,
Me either. I heard
cream
Chicken noodle.
corn,
No.
cream corn soup, or
Kev,
it's good.
shut
If you-
up. If I go into your
corn
pantry,
chowder?
there's no way you have that chilling in your
If
pantry.
you are
So-
sick and you really want a good soup,
You have chicken
take
noodle
one
soup.
can of chicken noodle soup and one can of cream, mix them together. And
I've
you
never
get,
done that in my life.
get a good broth.
Yeah, I did not know that was
Yeah.
a thing. I'm grossed out.
It's good
That's
when
like
you're
way
sick.
Let's
too
go to line
thick
one,
for me.
Katie.
Okay. Maybe
Katie-
this will be better.
Hey, Katie,
What's
what's the
cheap?
one food you're going to keep in your repertoire?
Even if you're rich, it's a cheap
So,
food.
for my husband, it would be frozen pizza.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Does he
But
have a-
which one?
Yeah.
We have debates. Obviously, DiGiorno.
Yeah, DiGiorno's fancier.
Yeah, no, it's the DiGiorno 3-meat rising crust every week in our house. I skip that night.
You got to
Me
do
and my
the
toddler find something else.
croissant. The croissant crust is really good.
Yeah, he will not branch out. I tell him try
What
to
about
stuffed
stuffed?
crust.
I love the
Oh,
stuffed
do you like the
crust.
stuffed crust?
Love.
I thought
I
stuffed
like the
crust.
stuffed crust,
Oh,
Yes.
kids
but
like that.
I don't know if I could convince him.
You should just buy
Kevin likes
it and not
French fries
tell him
that are
about it
shaped
and just
like
let
a
him bite
smiley
into
face.
it.
Yeah, just make it. Yeah, you're right. Just
Yeah.
Try.
Like, I had no idea I grabbed the wrong pizza. I'm so sorry.
It was the delivery. It was the grocery store's fault.
Yes. And then if he doesn't want the crust, you get to eat the crust, and it's a win-win for you.
when I think of like my white trash
I like
friends,
anything.
I think of when it comes to frozen pizza, I think of Red Baron.
Yes.
That's the ones that I
lived
get.
on Red Baron in college,
Like I
man.
did
I
Tombstone.
think of Totino's.
Yeah, Totino's, yes.
Totino's.
I used to
Those are
get
good.
those little pizza snacks, those little bites.
Yeah, the
They
pepperoni
They
ones.
also make like frozen pizzas though. They're not good.
No, Totino's pizza's not that good.
What's the one where you take it out and you put it on like a little platter in the microwave? It's like a little silver thing.
yeah. I
Is that
thought those
Totino's?
Yeah, they had
no, I
those.
thought
Yeah,
those
I
were the
think
Red
so.
Baron ones.
It's like, kind of like a Hot Pocket, how they have it on
They
that
had the
sleeve.
mini little pockets, Totino's, and you'd bite into them and they'd squirt like boiling juice out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and they burn your mouth.
Yeah, they burn your mouth.
Yes,
All right.
for sure.
So you said your husband would do that. What about you, though? What's an item you
For
would
me,
Yeah.
oh, he makes some pretty good ramen when he does make me ramen. I mean, we jazz it up a bit.
No
but,
shame in that at all.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
very
I think
nice
I would
ramen
still
houses.
do ramen.
Okay.
Because when
Yeah,
you're
but
sick,
she's-
that broth is nice.
Yeah, you're talking about like the 99-cent ramen, right? You're not talking about the
Oh, yeah.
upscale one? Okay.
Yeah, the
Oh
chicken.
no, I mean we make it upscale, quote unquote. But
Yeah,
I
you
mean I'm
doctor
talking
it
the
up.
99-cent ramen.
Okay.
Go to
Put
line,
in the-
Why not?
line 3. We're going to talk to Chris. Thank you so much, Katie. Chris, wait till you hear this one, Kev. You're going to love this item.
Oh,
We're talking about
okay.
cheap food you would still eat no matter how rich you got.
Like if you became the billionaire winner from
All
the
right,
lottery.
Chris, what do you have?
Chris.
We
Uh-oh.
got some potted meat.
Some what?
Potted meat with crackers.
Potted meat.
What the heck
with
is that?
crackers.
Potted meat? Is that
Is that a canned meat?
spreadable meat?
Yes, it's canned meat. Yeah,
Oh.
it's in the area where you buy the Vienna sausages and
The Spam.
it's armor potted meat with crackers.
So it's similar to like the Dinty Moore type stuff.
No. No, this is like imagine refried beans
Yes.
and how it comes.
The consistency.
Am I correct? It's kind of like that. It's like the refried.
Yes.
It's meaty.
Try it Tuesday.
Nasty.
Somebody, we have to try this on Tuesday.
I don't know.
What kind of
about this,
crackers do we
guys.
have? Do we
Potted meat with crackers. Just saltine crackers.
Saltines?
saltines?
Okay.
Potted meat with saltine crackers.
Oh, come on, at least
Not
give me
even
captains.
Ritz?
Give me
No,
some
give
captains.
me Ritz. Ritz has that buttery
Like a
Ritz.
Ritz- a
salty.
Ritz
It's like,
cracker? Ritz is highfalutin, Sam.
Let me write this down. So,
You know that's part of our hurricane survival kit. When we buy canned food, we go for potted meat, we go for Vienna sausages. What's another thing?
So that's your version of pate on a
toilet
cracker.
paper? That sounds
You
gross.
gotta try. You
my
gotta.
gosh.
And spam. There you go. We go for spam too. We love some good spam. That's in our
That's okay.
hurricane survival kit. Spam, Vienna sausages, and potted meat.
If I started eating that, I'll be like, I just wish you'd take me away.
I'm tapping out. I'm
That's-
tapping out.
That is
Yeah.
gross.
I'm Googling it and I'm looking at
What's it look
pictures
like?
and I see it.
You have
Oh,
potted meat over there?
You gotta get you some potted meat. and crackers.
Chris, I don't know if we can do this. Please don't make Eric make us do this for Try It Tuesday. I can't.
We're definitely
I
doing it
can't.
now.
Oh, God, that looks
You gotta
gross.
try it.
Heat it up, guys.
Make a
heat it up?
sandwich.
Do
I
we,
don't know,
do we
I
heat
don't-
it up or you just eat it cold?
No, you eat it cold. You got to put it on some bread too.
Yeah,
Eat it up
cold.
cold.
It reminds me like a tuna
It
Cold,
does.
like a
It looks
tuna
like
spread?
tuna salad,
tuna spread like that.
Like
yeah.
a deviled ham.
but like
brand.
mush.
Yeah, like
Oh
deviled
my
ham.
gosh, I
yeah.
can't. I need
Yeah.
to stop looking at this.
All right, Chris. Maybe you should
You
come
gotta
up.
Google it.
What do you
No,
do on
don't
Tuesday?
Google it.
Are
Don't
you able to
Google
come
it.
up Tuesday and make this
Don't
for
do
us?
it. No.
You don't have to make
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Just buy the can and
I'll
spread
make
it on a
you some
cracker.
sandwiches.
But maybe, yeah.
No, please, no.
You wait,
Full-blown
hold on.
sandwiches, not even
Ahmad,
crackers.
Ahmad, talk to him. Maybe he can come up and have the sandwiches already.
Chris,
Ahmad will think it's a
please don't.
delicacy.
There you go.
All right, thanks so
Man.
much, I think.
I don't know. I don't think this is a thank you.
That's gross.
God,
Oh.
this is how reprehensible.
Okay, Daniel, I can get behind. Daniel, yours is actually yummy.
Ooh, what's he got?
All right.
What you got?
Hey, so our favorite is Pop Tarts.
Oh,
yeah.
That's,
Yeah, yeah,
that's a classic. That's
Brown
a staple.
sugar cinnamon frosted. That's the way to go.
What flavor
apple.
do you like, Daniel?
Strawberry.
Oh yes, that's my
That has
favorite.
icing on it usually, right?
I like the
Yes.
icing on them.
I don't
Some
like
Pop-Tarts don't have the icing.
What about the one that it's kind of like a Pop-Tart, but it's like an apple turnover? Like you, it looks
yeah.
kinda
Toaster
like a-
strudels.
Yeah, toaster strudel. That's
Yeah,
Love
we had-
those.
it's got the drizzle on
it.
it.
That, well, yeah, you put the drizzle on.
bougie.
Yeah.
You cut that little, you pull that little knob off it, tab. And
I feel
then
like
you
that was like the
spread the
bougie
drizzle.
updated version of the Pop Tart
I like
because you had
that
to put it in the toaster in order to
That's
eat
not
it.
bougie. We grew up in our little town,
It was
and
bougie.
that was like our Saturday
But it
morning
tastes
treat.
like a
It was
tastes like a
amazing.
pastry. It doesn't
Yes.
taste
Yeah,
so
it
hard.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That was
Flaky
delish.
and stuff.
Delicious.
What would you guys do? What would you guys do for if you got rich somehow? What cheap food would you
Always
keep?
will lean on Taco Bell number 3, which is soft taco supreme, no tomato, and a Mountain Dew.
I was
Yeah,
going to
Mountain
just say
Dew.
Taco Bell. I wasn't going to give my full order,
Okay.
but Taco Bell for sure.
I'd say Kraft mac and cheese. I love Kraft mac and cheese.
Oh, that is a
because I grew up with it.
Yeah, you like that better than Velveeta?
powdered.
Yeah, just because
Okay.
I think it's the powder. I grew up. My kids hate that. They're like they want half the powder if I do it.
What?
I'm like,
Yeah, I
go,
agree.
That's gross.
No,
It's
no, no,
overload.
you gotta-
You got to
you
like
can't
the
dilute.
clumps of like
Yeah,
the cheese
and then
in
you
it.
put like half a stick of butter, and then you watch it melt into it. It's like, it makes that weird noise that
Kev, make the noise.
How does that? No, that's really stirring it fast. That's fast stirring. It's a little slower, Kev. Try a little slower. a little slower.
Okay.
Stop it.
There you go.
Ew.
Oh, God. I think for me, I will never give up. I like Jolly Time popcorn. I put it in a pan with oil and shake it over the stove and make it.
Jolly Time.
I'll never give up. That's the best. Better than Orville Redenbacher,
Not
I'm
Orville?
telling you. No, not Orville. Orville's kind of weak compared to that. Jolly Time's the way to go.
Who knew?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for calling. Now we need you guys to call because we want to hear your stories. Every time we do this, the phones go crazy. You went to the doctor for blank, but you ended up with blank.
Oh, yeah. We get these all the time.
So,
where
like, your arm hurts, you go in there because you think, oh, doc, what's wrong with my arm? Then you
you're
find
pregnant.
out. Yeah. What? How'd that happen?
Well, we know how that happened. Anyhow, 713-390-KRBE. We want to hear your stories. Went to the doctor for one thing, discovered you found something completely different. Hear from you next on the Roland Ryan. I love doing this topic where you go into the doctor for one thing and you come out with something completely different. Like, I had no idea whatsoever. So take calls, 713-390-KRBE. Who do you want to start with, guys?
Dr. Sydney.
Sydney. Hey, Sydney, welcome to the Roland Ryan Show. So what'd you go into the doctor for?
Well, actually, it wasn't me. It was my husband. We had recently gotten married, and in order to get insurance on my job, because of the amount we were requesting, they had him to go in for a doctor's appointment.
Physical.
And they found out he had prostate cancer, and he had no idea.
Oh, I'm
Wow.
What did they do to determine that? What was the test? Was it the PSA test or was it a scan?
Yeah, it was a PSA test, and the numbers came back high. So they told him then he needed to go to another doctor. And then when we went to the other doctor, they ran other tests, and that's when we found out what it was.
Now, where is he at right now in this journey? Because I had prostate cancer, and not once but twice. And it's the PSA. Has he started radiation yet, or has he
Did this
started
happen
anything?
years ago? When did it happen?
This happened years ago,
Okay.
and actually they told him that it was so small that if they actually did anything, it would be more detrimental than to not do anything, but to just keep an eye on it. And every year he goes back to be tested just to make sure it's not growing. But unfortunately, we've divorced by now. But
I'm sorry.
yeah, as far as I know, the last I heard, he's not having any issues.
Well, that's good.
That's good. But
It's
think
a
about
slow-
that
it's a
physical, though. If you didn't, you didn't have that job, you didn't get the physical. He waits 10 years. All of a sudden,
And then finds out.
If
I
you're
have
a man
physical
over,
today.
if you're a man over 40, you should ask for a PSA check because your PSA, your prostate specific antigen, should be between 0 and 4. If it's above that, then you need to have an appointment immediately.
let's talk to Jennifer. She thought she was in labor, and then what happened?
Okay.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So, what'd you go in? You thought you were in labor?
So I was 35 weeks pregnant, and this was the weekend of February 13th and 14th of 21 when it froze in Houston, right?
The freeze.
Oh, yeah.
The freeze. So the 13th, the night before everything happened, I'm in labor. I told my husband, and we already had a daughter. So it was COVID time. I said, just go take her to my parents. I'll call you, let you know, because it's not a fast thing. Long story short, that Saturday they said, you're not in labor, you're dehydrated, and they sent me home. Well, that night, the best way I can describe it is just like moaning like an animal in pain. I've never experienced pain like that. And so Sunday, as soon as the sun came up, I got my husband back up. I said, take me to the hospital. I don't know what's wrong, but something's not right. And again, he dropped me off, took my daughter, whatever. So I'm there by myself, and I told them at the labor and delivery desk, I said, if y'all don't run some tests or check me out, I'm going to die. Like, I've never experienced pain like this.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
And so anyways, long story short, they ran some tests. I had to have my appendix out, within an hour of arriving there.
An hour?
And yeah, within an hour, I was by myself. My husband still hadn't made it back, and they can't put you to sleep when you're that far along. So I was awake for the whole thing.
Oh, you were awake for your appendectomy?
That'd be weird.
I was.
Oh, my
while
God.
35 weeks pregnant, and then because the freeze and everything was closed down. My husband couldn't get to me. I couldn't get home. I was in the hospital for a week by myself.
God, you poor
And let me
thing.
tell you, the whole reason I wanted to call and tell this story, because it's been years, it's not that interesting, but I want to just say, while people are listening, when you know something's wrong with you
Trust your
and
gut.
you're told to go home, you have to advocate for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I would have died if I would have not gone back up there.
Well, yeah.
There would have been no way to get to the hospital, no ambulance to get to me on frozen roads. That would have been it, me and my baby both. But we came out, we survived it. My baby stayed put, and then 4 weeks after that, we had a perfect delivery. So it was
Wow.
Well, thank God for that.
So it was local anesthetic for.
an epidural, same thing you would get if you're going
Oh,
in
wow.
like
So they numbed you.
Okay, and then also, was it perforated? Had it caused sepsis yet?
Well, it has to burst
Not
to do
yet,
that.
but that's why they were like they tried to do a ultrasound and they couldn't see, so they took me in for an MRI. And halfway through that MRI, they pulled me out and they just started fast-paced walking to the OR.
Ooh, no.
Had me. I didn't even know what's happening. I'm like signing consent forms. I'm like, my husband's not even here. They're like, there's no time to talk about it if you want to save yourself and this baby.
Wow.
Well, thank God it didn't
What do you
burst.
do? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I know you got the epidural there, but you could hear them talk and stuff. Do you just like try and be zen? Do you try and put
Tune it out.
I put headphones
There
on,
is
listen
no
to music.
zen. Like,
I mean-
there was like a nurse person, probably more higher up than a nurse, like anesthesiology, like
Talking to you.
giving me, I guess, stuff to calm me down. But
Oh, yeah.
it was traumatic.
I'm sure it was.
That's my biggest fear. Is like you see those people that have like brain surgeries. They have to be awake, so they
Awake,
can,
yeah.
cut the brain, the skull open, and you see them
Yeah.
awake. While
That's
I'm
they're-
glad
horrible.
she's okay and her baby's okay. That's
The
terrifying.
appendix is nothing to be trifled with. Mine burst when I was 10. And Kevin, you brought it up. Sepsis. When that poison gets into your body, if it's not taken out immediately, you can die really easily.
Let's talk to Maria. Or is it Marie?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Maria.
Good morning, Maria. So,
You went in for stomach issues?
I sure did. I was in junior high, and I was complaining about stomach pain. The night before, my mom said, I didn't want to miss school, so I went ahead and went to school. My mom said, if you're having any complications, give me a call, and I'll go pick you up. Okay. So sure enough, I didn't eat breakfast, but I ate lunch. After lunch, I started having this bad stomach pain. So I went to the nurse, and I won't forget what she told me. I went in, and, I wasn't one of those kids that would always go to the nurse at all. And she told me, yeah, go ahead, call your mom. All you want to do is go home.
Oh, wow.
And I was so surprised because I don't even know this nurse, right? Shame on her.
she thought you were faking.
Anyways,
Shame on her.
yes.
Yeah.
She thought you were faking. Okay.
Especially after what I
Yes.
see here, what happened. So what
happened?
What was the issue?
So I went to the hospital. My mom took me in. Stomach pain, just normal. Gave me Maalox or Mylanta, something like that.
Uh-huh.
Fast forward, but they kept on coming in and checking my heart. So next thing you know, they told my mom, well, she just has like a viral that needs to be cleared and stuff, but we are focusing more on her heart because we found out that there's a narrowing in her aorta. Right? And I'm like, okay, so after that, what was going on with me, excuse me, I always felt as a little girl that my feet, whether it was the summer, whether it was the winter, my feet were always cold. But I thought that was normal. I wasn't a sick child, nothing. So the blood flow that was going to my legs from my waist
You're
down.
having circulatory problems.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot.
So
There was
the
a
stomach,
big
was the
difference
stomach
on-
cause? The stomach problem was just you just
Yeah, were
happened
they
to have the
linked
stomach
together?
No link. It
No,
just,
no,
just
no.
happened to save
nothing.
you.
Nothing. Had nothing to do with
Yeah.
it.
Did you have to get heart
It
surgery
had
then?
nothing. I had to have heart surgery. They did what it's called a Dacron patch back then. This was in '92,
Oh, wow.
and then fast forward 23 years later, I wasn't feeling good. I was like iffy, like something is wrong with me. Somehow, I was checking my pulse, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my pulse was off. I could feel it, like the flow. You could feel it, the pulsation. It was different.
So the problem had returned.
Man.
Oh,
20
yeah.
years
That's what
later.
it seemed
Probably.
like.
Okay.
Lots of people here their dads went in for something, and then they came out having cancer.
Oh, God.
Like this, Sarah, just take Sarah line 5 real quick. Her dad went in for stomach pains as well.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Sarah?
Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, so tell us that story. Your dad goes in for stomach pains?
Yeah, so it was funny because I work in the medical field, and I started noticing like maybe a year before 2020 hit, like in April's whenever he got diagnosed.
Okay.
But I saw he was starting to lose weight, and I'm like, hey, Dad, you need to go get checked out. But he traveled most of the time, so he would travel like 98% of my life, pretty much. And so he's like, no, I'm good. I'm tough. I got this. So COVID hit. He was actually in Great Britain and trying to get back over to the States because he was visiting family over there. And he almost wasn't able to make it back. Well, he was having lower stomach pain. He thought he was having the same problems I had with my stomach problems. So he went to go get in to the doctor to do an exploratory surgery, but he didn't tell me what type.
Oh, wow.
And so he was saying that they explored his right testicle because he was having right testicular pain. And they found a polyp in there. So they're like, okay, let's do some testing. So they took that out, and turns out it was stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Oh my God, no.
Stage 4.
Yeah, that was rough.
So how much time did you have with him?
So they told us, and me and my now husband, we weren't even engaged at that point, me and Garrett. And Rula actually knows Garrett.
Okay.
But they told us 6 months. So we ended up getting married at the courthouse. But he was in remission in January of last year.
Okay.
Of stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And then he ended up having this deep tissue sarcoma. And he's doing like spotted radiation. So they'll do targeted radiation on those like little tiny like pin needles around his deep tissue.
Yeah.
And then now currently he got the pancreatic cancer back. And he's dealing with the deep tissue sarcoma.
I'm so sorry.
And he's doing good right now. We're doing, hopefully, because he still has the cancer on his pancreas, on the tip of his pancreas. They can take that, and they found the deep tissue sarcoma wrapped around his left kidney, so they probably had to take his left kidney and his spleen out.
I'm so sorry.
Lord.
Man,
Wow.
That's
The only
brutal.
saving grace is like we live here in
Yeah.
Houston with the
Yeah.
medical center, because you hear all these stories. Like
Sarcoma is something you never want to hear.
Yeah, like where I grew up, you had to drive an hour and a half just to get to a good hospital. And some people have to fly here. Like I'll see people all the
live-
time, medical center. Like I'll meet people like, oh yeah, we just flew in from Atlanta.
Oh, Eric, like
for
the
a
entire
week
time,
here. You probably met lots of people that were never.
I've
here.
went through 88 doses of radiation, and I cannot tell you the stories that I've shared with people that I've heard their stories. People, they're traveling here and they're living in like the cheapest motel they can because we have the best treatment here. And how blessed we are that we have this in our own backyard. So, wow.
Well, if you have stories, you can leave them on the listener line. That number is 713-278-VENT.
Share with us.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor for blank, and I
And-
told you it was something else.
I think
Hopefully it was
the
a
theme is
benefit.
always trust your instincts.
Yep.
If you think something is wrong, there is no shame in getting things checked out. Do not ignore the problem. It will not go away. All right, coming up next, going to do a little scoop.
Yes, if you have Netflix or you thought you couldn't afford it, you may be able to afford it now. I'm looking at you, Special K.
And can you play that? Are you going to play that Barbie song? I want to. We only played it once.
The
this
Johnny
week.
Cash Barbie song?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's play that again.
The
We'll play that
AI
again.
Johnny
You gotta
Cash
hype
Barbie.
everybody up for Barbie this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. We'll play that next. It's the Rilla and Ryan Show on 104.1 KRVE.
Hollywood to H-Town
Rula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRVE.
All right, I feel like we need to give this another spin. AI is creating some amazing things. Everything from Frank Sinatra doing hip hop to Johnny Cash doing Barbie Girl.
Yes, and the Barbie movie's coming out tomorrow, which is huge. You'll
Yep.
see Barbie everything, the color Barbie pink. And even on KRBE starting Friday through Sunday, we're giving away tickets along with a bit of movie merch and making winners finalists to the grand prize, which is going to be a private screening of the movie for you and 9 friends.
That'll be fun.
It's going to be the biggest party ever.
And it's getting great reviews.
91% on
Those
Rotten
reviews.
Tomatoes right now.
That's the key. 'Cause remember,
That's pretty
back in the
high.
day, I fell into the hype of Snakes on a Plane.
Uh-huh.
I thought this was going to be the biggest dish. I'm
Yeah.
like, I thought it'd make
You think
20.
Barbie's going to top that for you?
I thought 23 million. I put my ass on the line, Sam.
Uh-oh.
I said for every million I'm off, I'll sit in a bucket of snakes for
And he
a
did.
minute. I was off by like $10 million.
So what, are you going to do another bet for this?
No, not for Barbie. I learned my lesson.
Sam, this is Eric in the snake pit.
I just don't know how the hype, like the hype for this movie is like Snakes on a Plane, probably more.
Yes.
But
Is
the
it gonna-
reviews are actually good for this. Snakes on a Plane didn't have the reviews like
See, a
this.
lot of box offices
don't like
predictions
snakes.
have been wrong. Like Indiana Jones, they're saying it's a flop. They're saying like it didn't even do half of what the last one did.
But I think it's gonna be fun. You got Barbie for the kids and
Oppenheimer for the
Yeah,
adults.
it's going to be a lot of
Oppenheimer
fun.
is Oppenheimer. Is that what he says?
Oppenheimer. Yeah, Oppenheimer's the man that created the nuclear bomb.
Pretty cool that I never knew that my whole life until now.
Oh yeah.
And then they make a movie about
Sting
it.
had a song about it. Yeah.
Well, speaking of a song, let's hear
How'd that
Johnny
song go?
Cash.
He goes, "How can we save our little boy from Oppenheimer's deadly toy?" It was called Russians. That was the name of the song on Sting's solo album. Yeah.
Who knew? Mm-hmm. I mean, he can do it like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, let's hear Johnny Cash
rather
doing
hear
Barbie Girl. It is so
And that's
spot
what it's
on.
like now. Wait till like 5 years from now.
Oh, you won't be able
It's
to
gonna
tell the
be-
difference.
Yeah, you won't be able to.
They're already starting to have AI DJs at other radio stations. Not here, thank God.
When we go,
We're going to meet them.
yeah, when we go to this convention,
Yeah.
there's the
The
girl that
AIs are just going to show up.
no, the
Like-
girl that's
Yeah, the
doing
girl.
the AI,
Oh.
the one that started this all, like
Yes.
in Portland, and she's
Congratulations,
Yeah, so
you just volunteered to destroy your own
the
job.
best part is she's going into the lion's den with a bunch of radio people.
Yeah,
And
I
she
fear
thinks
for
it's the
her.
greatest thing.
Oh, yeah. She
Yeah.
thinks it's a great thing. Yes, it's a great thing.
She's
getting
probably
rid
trying
of
to get
jobs.
ahead of it.
I just laugh because I'm like, oh, that's a great thing. You just created something. Well, you didn't
That's
create it, but
taking your job.
It's going to take your job in about 6 months later.
Because I've seen people stand up and fire off at people at this conference
Oh, yeah.
when they
Yeah.
disagree with them.
Carrick.
You stupid fool.
if I'm drinking,
That's the G-rated version of Eric.
No,
All bets are off,
I won't attack her. I might attack the guy who created it.
Yeah.
but not
He-
him.
he'll
The thing
be
is,
there.
they can create anybody that can just say, because a lot of radio stations, we have personality on this station. Everybody's live and local. Some radio stations in the iHeartless chain, they're piped in. You know, some guy sitting in a closet and he records it on the other side of the country. And
And what's the difference between that and the AI in a way?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's
Like,
really the same. They're not live local. They're not part of the community.
Yeah, that's the
We
key.
are. Everybody here lives here.
But with these AI, the people that work in that city, like say the Houston, that station that boss or program director will type it in what they want that person to say.
Oh, that's creepy.
I'm like, why don't they just go on the radio?
They should probably do that for my show.
That's what they do with Sam.
Did you know?
Just type it in.
Sam's
Last night-
Spotlight. She is going to talk about dogs today.
But it's really invasive. Last night I was having dinner with my daughter, and she's an actress in Los Angeles, and she was offered this role to go in. The company wanted to hire her and read a bunch of lines, and they wanted to do an AI version of her, and she said, "No, I'm not doing it. I need, I need the money, but this is contributing to the demise of my career."
Or yeah, her demise.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, so she won't be a
They'll
part
have
of it.
her. They won't need her.
They don't need her. They got her voice and her likeness. So she said no.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Rula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
It's brought to you by Duncan. No big winners for the Powerball in Texas. Well, actually, there was in Houston, Texas, Southwest Houston. Somebody got $1 million. That's nothing to sneeze at, $1 million. But the $1 billion Powerball was sold to somebody in California. So, I don't care about them. Duncan's new in-store fundraiser. This is something y'all got to check out. Go to a Duncan's because they're doing something called Shine Gold. And it's Shine Gold Houston. All the area locations, they invite guests to contribute just $2. Just $2, and you get a free Gold Joy donut. But here's why you want to contribute. 100% of the funds raised go to the Periwinkle Foundation right here in Houston for children battling cancer. So you can stop by any Duncan area location right here in Houston now through August 5th For $2, you get a Gold Joy donut, and you're helping children who are battling cancer. It's such a great cause. And if you're looking for a way, just have a little mom and dad time alone or just a little time away from the kids, Typhoon Texas is doing something really cool tomorrow. It's going to be a 21 and up party. Tomorrow night, Friday night, the water park's going to host grown-up getaway from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's where adults can ride all the attractions, the fun and games, and even an evening comedy show with no kids. Go to typhoontexas.com, and that's what's going down in H-Town. Now, coming up next, if you missed Roland Ryan's Roses, it did involve a catfish, did involve Special K, and you're going to hear it next on 104.1 KRBE.